Okay, so what I do to get started is clean up the board. The lines are still a little bit dark, but let's keep going. Time is precious. So I would suggest you use H pencil now, and I lay T-square above the lettering guide. So for this exercise, you did not give yourself a big title space. So where are you going to cut it off? Here?
Yep.
Is this the first title page?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with we should lighten up that line as well.
What is that thing?
Okay, that is cool actually. This is the first time I did this myself too.
Beanbag.
Good idea. Beanie bag. Okay, so we're going to write typical residential construction notes. Normally, you want to lay out the title in the middle, and that takes practice. So, typical residential construction notes. I tend to spread my letters, so I think I'll start at the beginning. So, I lay the the T-square and this little lettering guide. And I start with L, which is vertical. So this is how I would do it. Lettering. You know what? My title is just changing. Lettering. Typical. You see how I'm lifting it like this? Typical. So I'm holding the T-square with my fingers. I'm holding the lettering guide against T-square, and I'm moving it, lifting it a little bit with the thumb. Typical. Notice that it's going back and forth, not always ahead. Because you have you noticed that I make you like this, freehand, and then finish it? Construct. Now I have to eyeball. I still need to fit notes, and I want to finish right here, so I'll spread it. So now that we have a title, you may want to underline the title. And then I would strongly suggest that you have 2 more lines for letters, numbers, and the text. So what we need is a couple more lines, and that's very important because it takes a split of a second to make. It makes such a big difference on the sheet, and lots of students are not going to have it. So I'm going to give myself a second line. First is for starting the text. Second one is for my dots, and this is where I actually will do the notes. And this is where I'll finish the notes. So this is what we mean. We mean that my first line is for number. I'm going to start a little bit lower. So I would do 0, 1, dot, and then print here. All lumber to be. All lumber to be. Select structural now. Should have worn glasses. If you need glasses for this exercise, that's a good thing to do.
I go so slow, you're fine.
Well, because you should go slower first time, because you got lots of coordinating to do. I went faster, so the video is again not very long. If you take your time, you can do.
Can I move it? Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can do masterful sheet if you take your time. Now, so to finish, if you, it's okay. If you take your time with the first one, then you'll get fluent with it. Just having confidence of the verticals speeds up my writing. I'm not kidding you that if I was to write for you lettering typical construction notes without, let's just write typical, okay? 2 lines. And I will do what I did here, okay? Typical. So this is how you can use this when you're doing something freehand. 2. You see how fast? Because I am confident. Without it, I'm not as confident because now all of a sudden my verticals are not necessarily vertical. Okay? Now, this maybe is not, it didn't turn out as good as I wanted, because I wanted you to see that there's a huge difference between using it or not using it.
Yeah, you did a really good job without it.
All right. So
You're too good.
let's see. Let's do without again. And you know what? Maybe I need to do it. Maybe I need to do it as fast. And with it, I think you might be able to see what I'm trying to convey to you. Okay?
Yeah.
You can see the difference now.
Yeah.
Should we show it on the camera?
Why not?
This thing is asymmetrical.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the best thing that I can do for students when they don't want to use this. You can buy 10 years of experience by using it. 10 years of experience in hand printing, because you gain confidence, you go not only faster, but it won't be faster first time. It will be if you insist on using it, okay?
What's the difference?
So let's give it a
between
try, yeah?
Putting the lettering guide below and above the T-square.
That's a personal preference because I can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
You can
How can you not see what
try.
you're doing like that? Oh.
You could go either way. I find I have more control because I like to use my thumb for lifting it. This is a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
Very good question that we were able to, I think, catch. So I like to have full control because that's where I'm needing to work. And I'm not smudging as I go along. I find it much more difficult, and now you will be smudging because you have no choice but moving it like this. But if that's going to give you good result and you're keeping it all clean, then that's okay too. And it doesn't have to be lettering guide in the pinch. You can do the same thing. Select stretch or grade spruce. Okay, you can use this, but that is not very fast because it's a heavy thing to move around and you're going to be tired. Okay? All right, thank you.